Polymer versus steel, 1911 versus Glock 21. Coming up next. Range fans, you can see I'm out here on the old patio again, contemplating life, contemplating steel versus polymer. I'm going to tell you why. Yeah, mood's not so good today. Wife and I are a little bit at ends with one another. Conversation last night, conversation spilled over to this morning over a cup of coffee on polymer versus steel. She's been shooting polymer for over 20 years, and it's all been this thing. Not necessarily all that thing. It's gone from Glock 22 to Glock 21 as they've made changes. And she's been shooting this one for the last 5 to 6 years. She won't touch a 1911. I don't understand it. I just don't. So I have a 1911 out here with me. I'm going to try to convince her to go out to the range with me today and do a little dance. You guys have seen that dance, the old dance with the devil. I won't tell her that's what it is, but we're going to do 6, 6, and 6. 6 shots, 6 seconds at 6 yards. See if we can keep them all in the A zone. But what I'm going to do, since she's been firing this one for the last 5 to 6 years and very proficient with it, we'll give her a little bit of reminder. We'll let her put 6 rounds on it, see how she does. Then we're going to take the old 1911. By the way, it's a Rock Island Armory. It's not very expensive. As a matter of fact, my first ever 1911. This Rock Island Armory, the same exact price as the Glock 21. Sort of. What do you mean by sort of, Mr. Revolver Guy? Well, let me tell you. This Rock Island Armory was $399 when I first bought it many, many years ago. That's right, $399. Well, there's been some upgrades to it. I sent it back to ArmScore, and the lead gunsmith over there, Sean, did an awesome job. There's plenty of debate on if the front sight is truly Novak cut or not. The one thing that set it apart for me when I first got it was really the price and also the finish. It was well fit. Thing doesn't shake, rattle, or roll in any way, form, or fashion. I did not like the original sights. So I sent it back to Sean, had new front sight and new rear sight put on. Now, all disclaimer, I was going to do it myself. Pretty easy to do so, but I read so much out there on the net about front sight being Novak cut, not being Novak cut, kind of a tweener. So I wrote ArmScore, and ArmScore did promptly send me an email back. In that email, they said, if you change the sights, one thing that didn't sit so well with me, if you change the sights, you void the warranty. Come on, really, ArmScore? I void the warranty if I change the sights? That's okay. Because you know what? At this price, I sent it back for a reliability job, 3-dot front sights. And we're going to test that reliability job today by shooting a plethora of different ammunition. Hardball, hollow point, 185, 230s. And we're going to let the missus do it, her first time ever shooting a 1911, and see what type of reliability we do get out of the 1911. Then I'm going to see if I can convince her to come over to the steel side and also see what she thinks of the 1911 compared to the Glock 21. This ought to be a doozy, folks. But yeah, a little bit of fighting going on in the household. Let's get out to the range.
Polymer versus steel. I'm going to settle this once and for all.
That's a little bit with an attitude. You ain't have to roll your neck and twinge your mouth and all that kind of stuff, but we'll take it. You guys know where this is, right? We've been arguing about this thing all night. Polymer versus steel. Glock 21 that she's very used to with some Federal HST 230 grain hollow points. We're going to take that and put it through the Rock Island Armory 1911. Both of them about the same price as I stated before, around about 600 bucks. But with the Rock Island Armory, we've had some new sights put on. We also have 4 different brands of magazines because we had a reliability tune put on this thing. And by the way, including all of that is $600 on the Rock Island Armory if you send it back to ArmScore. So here's what we're going to do. Again, dancing, dancing, dancing. No, not me and her. Dancing with the devil today. She might say that's me, but we're going at 6 yards with a 6 par time on the timer and 6 shots. When that timer goes off, she's going to come up off the low ready and engage the target down range. We're going to see how she does with her ammo, her Glock 21 against the Rock Island Armory 1911. And then for reliability's sake, we'll take some other ammo too and put it through there. Well, here we go. You ready to get on this timer?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go, beautiful. Ooh-hoo-hoo-wee. Oh, let's go down range and take a look at that target. So there's a target from the first go round. Not bad. She had one off though. Oh yeah, I see that 1911 coming into play, folks. Oh, let's take a look at that time. Ooh, 374 with one off target. Let's bring up that old slab side 1911. Oh, 1911 time. What you think there, dancer?
So it's heavier, even with my light on my Glock. This feels heavier, but it also feels a lot more comfortable, maybe ergonomically better.
Yeah, that's what most say.
Yeah,
the 1911, you just can't beat the feel. It's typically more ergonomic, so
yeah,
I think we all get that.
Yeah,
and accept that from you. Heavier, it could be. I don't know the actual weight between the two, especially with the TRL1 light on your Glock, but yeah, I get it.
I mean, it feels good.
The sight should be sighted on from the factory, so it could be a little bit of cheating. I don't know. I have not shot it since I got it from Rock Island. So get ready.
All right, we'll see.
Because we're going to go on the timer from the low ready with the Glock. All right, getting ready to go. Ooh, let's see. 392. So the time is a tad bit slower. Where is that timer? 392. The time is a tad bit slower. Let's look at the camera. Oh no, I feel like this is all gamesmanship, folks. She can shoot way better than that. But it goes to show experience. She shot that Glock much more than she has a 1911. This is the first time out, folks, on a 1911. You know what? I think we deserve, old Ironsides deserves another run. Hang in there. So this was the Glock target. And you heard the timing. This is the 1911 target. Yeah, 3 misses. But you know what? First time ever handling a 1911. Not even warm-up shots, folks. So I'll go a little bit easier on her, Charlie, just for you, Charlie.
All right, this is going to be my second time around. I was more concerned, I think, with time than accuracy last time. I want to give it a fair shake, so let's do it again.
A fair shake? What does that mean?
A fair shake.
Are you kidding me? All right, whatever. Rock Island 1911, $600. Even with the tune-up, it was $600, folks. But this was bought over a decade, I'm sure over 10 years ago, as it was my first 1911, with hollow points, kind of doing a will it feed anything or a torture test with ammunition today, and the missus dancing with the devil. You ready to go on the clock? Don't stop cutting your eye at me. You ready to go on the clock?
Ready to go.
All this fighting. On the second try, you saw it. One flyer, not too bad. Second time ever shooting a 1911. Let's take a look at that old timer.
Okay.
Not bad. 4:24 for overall time. 4:24. Let's look at these splits. 1.25 on the first shot. Second shot, 1.92 with a split of 0.67. Third shot, 2.55 split of 0.63. Fourth shot, 314 with a split of 5.9. And the fifth shot, 3.71 with a split of 0.57. And the sixth shot, 4.24, as I stated earlier, with a split of 0.53. So about 0.55 splits, not too bad. Second time ever with a 1911. I got to get in on this action, folks. All right, folks, we're going with the Rock Island Armory 1911. It does have a full-length guide rod, a little bit of an overview of the 1911. We did put, I had Sean over at Armscore Rock Island Armory, put 2 new sights on. A lot of debate, as I said in the opening, about if the front sight is cut to Novak spec or not. I am not sure. So anyways, to make sure that everything was in spec and warranty was honored, I sent it over to him. $399, and with the work Sean did, it still comes in a little under $600 with the reliability package. Therefore, you saw the misses with Federal HST hollow point. I have some, what is it, Remington? It is Remington HTP hollow point, 185 grain, and a Chip McCormick magazine now at this point. The first magazine that the missus was using was the standard Rock Island magazine that came with it. We're going to try a different magazine with different ammunition on the timer, dancing with the old devil. Ho ho! Slab size, 1911. My first one. Not my only one, but my first one. First one ever. Off the old nightstand. Ready to go on the timer.
All right. Go.
Ooh, got him. 6. Oh, reliability package, huh? 6. This time with 185 grain Remington. That ain't too bad. Seems to be shooting a little left for me. First time shooting it with these sights. Let's look at the old timer. 344 on the old timer. 1.30. Second shot, 1.87 with a 5.7 split. Third shot, 2.35 with a 0.48 split. Fourth shot, 2.77 with a 0.42. And the fifth shot, 3.12 with a 3.5 split. Sixth shot, 3.44 with a 0.32 split. My turn or the missus' turn? We're very close in time. I did get them all on the target though, smarty pants. All right, let's go. Missus, you up.
Loving husband, why don't you go ahead and put on that squirrel hat and go downrange? And
What? Squirrel?
Just
No, is that what
just
you bought that cap for?
Just saying.
No way. Nope.
All right.
Won't be wearing that on camera.
All right.
So what are we doing?
So I'm going to get 6 rounds, headshots, and see how long it takes me. I'm going for accuracy this time.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair. We've got some Spear Lawmen
Right.
with, oh my goodness, folks, small pistol primer and a 45 ACP. Really? But that's okay. We're going with Spear Lawmen, 230 grain round ball, and now she wants to test for accuracy. But I know one thing. I won't be going down range with that Daniel Boone cap. That's for dang on sure. All right. Here we go. Great shooting. Great shooting. 8.23 seconds. All this ammo in these different magazines. So me and the missus have tried out 4 different magazines, or this will be the 4th. This is going to be the test of the reliability of the 1911, guys. Generic magazine. Doesn't even have a brand on it. And it's with this Winchester 230 grain flat point. I'm not sure it will feed or not in this thing, but we're going to see. It's fed hollow point, 185 grain, 230 grain hollow point from Remington and Federal. It's fed Spear Lawman, 230 grain round nose. Now Winchester, 230 grain flat nose from this generic magazine. Let's get after it. Old slab size is hot. We going on the timer. Let's go, lady. Oh! Stuck. We're going to have to try that one again. You see him here on Day at the Range just like I see him at the range. Well, my first malfunction, and guess what? Yeah, that lady's laughing and giggling. She's trying to hide her face to keep me from feeling embarrassed, but might be something to that old Glock 21. We're going to try it again. Flat nose. We're putting it to the test. Flat nose 230 grain Winchester. This red box ammunition and the same old generic magazine. We're going to go on the timer. How long? For 6 rounds. Headshots. Here we go on the timer. All right, now she's feeding. All right, let's show you a little bit of what took place. First and foremost, 5.72 seconds, 6 rounds, headshots from 6 yards away. Here's the magazine. I don't know what it is, generic. Has no name brand or anything on it. Feed lips look a little odd. More than anything, I have not seen 230 grain flat point ammunition like that. I'm not making excuses. It is about putting it to the test. You saw it, the Rock Island Armory feed the hollow point flawlessly, which is usually where the 1911 often falls prey to that old striker fired Glock. Well, I did get 6 rounds successful. Might need some breaking in too, because those rounds were 125 rounds so far on the Rock Island Armory. Ain't no way in the world I was going to go home with all that giggling and laughing about my 1911 stovepiping. And I'm not sure what happened. I mean, I've never seen a case get stuck underneath the extractor like that.
Murphy's Law.
What? See what I put up with, folks? See the head movement, the neck rolling? I tell you what, how about this? You got that same Winchester funky flat nose 230 grain USA supposedly ammo with Tula supposedly primers in it. I don't know how that's USA. 230 grain flat point, folks. I am digging that from Winchester USA. I'm not digging the primer. Does not look like Winchester primers to me. Not the same color. Please tell me Winchester USA is not using Russian primers. Last time I saw primers that color, they were Tula. I think that's how you pronounce it, but Tula primers. Please tell me they're not using that stuff. let's keep it moving. But anyways, I'm sorry to be so critical of Winchester. I'm a little upset today. You got that same ammo loaded in the Glock. I think your time was 8.74 previously. Go back in the video and take a look at it. Now you get 6 headshots with that same ammo from the Glock 21.
All right.
You better not look at me. You better be looking at that target. Here we go. On the clock.
Ooh.
I tell you what, the time was a lot better at 6.76. But you know what? You know what, folks? If you don't hit the target, it don't matter if it's stovepipes or not. Isn't the miss considered like a stovepipe or a jam or a failure to eject? Oh, she wants to do it over again. Oh, you want another run, huh?
Oh, yeah. Can't do my block like
well,
this.
Ain't no talking. Let's do some work. Get to it. On the timer. She got to pull one low, folks. 6.60 seconds. Time for me to break out the old slab size again. What do you think? All right, with the Rock Island Armory magazine. No, I'm sorry. This is the Chip McCormick magazine with 6 rounds of the Remington HTP. We're going on the timer. I can't go home with all that grinning and laughing about my 1911, my beloved 1911. Here we go. Oh yeah, you check that out. 3 to the head and 3 to the torso. What does that time say? Give me that timer. Give me that timer. Give me that timer. 6.72 seconds. And no misfeeds, failures to extract. I think she's ready. We're going to continue to run rounds through it. Let's get her up here, Miss Leo, and see if she can tell me, is she a Polymer fan or a steel fan? Let's get to it. All right, you got both now. You've had a chance to shoot both your first time with the 1911. We've heard what you think about each. Now I got a tough question. As a civilian, which one would you prefer to carry?
I would have to still go with my Glock.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
And the reason being, carrying it loaded with one in the chamber, my finger is the safety.
Okay, I'll give you that.
But with the 1911, you carry the 1911 locked and loaded, and there's a safety that you have to hit. And I'm not familiar enough with this gun, and I don't feel comfortable enough with this gun to rely on that in a pinch.
So carry what you're comfortable with. I think this was unfair to the 1911. I don't care what you say, but there you have it, range fans. There it is, Reloaders Network. Mrs. Leo 45 still prefers the Glock, and I'm going home sad. Let's test a little accuracy before we go home. And she functioned with 8 rounds. I don't care what that lady says. Cream de la cream. 1911. I don't love it as much as I love Leo, but cream de la cream, and it even might rank above the kids. That's until the next time they're out here on the range with us. I'm going home, folks.